When we think about AI in the business world, our minds usually jump to these giant data centers, super complex algorithms, and big decisions made in the boardroom. But what if the real AI revolution isn't happening there at all? What if it's actually taking root somewhere completely different? Let's dig into where the action really is.
So that leads us to the big question, one that kind of flips our usual assumptions on their head. Where does AI actually make a difference in a company?
And the answer, well, it's probably not what you're thinking. The real impact of AI isn't about the servers humming away in the basement. It's about the people on the front lines. It's about getting this power into the hands of the managers and employees who are closest to the customers, closest to the action.
Now, to really get this shift, we need to rewind the clock a bit. This whole thing isn't just about some brand new tech. It's about a classic management idea that's finally having its moment.
And it all starts with this guy, the legendary management thinker Peter Drucker. Way back in the 90s, right as the knowledge economy was taking off, he basically set the stage for everything we're seeing with AI today.
See, Drucker's whole point was that knowledge is useless if it just sits there in a report or in somebody's head. In fact, he said it's just a cost. The only time it has value is when you apply it, when it actually leads to better performance. So yeah, it's not what you know, it's what you do with it.
And this, right here, is where AI changes the game. AI is the engine that finally makes Drucker's vision a reality. It can take all that static knowledge, all the books, the data, you name it, and run it through this engine to create real tangible action.
And you have to understand, this is a huge fundamental shift. It used to be that managers were the ones who had to translate all that knowledge into action. But now we can build that knowledge right into AI agents in systems that don't just know things, they go out and do things. We're outsourcing the doing part of knowledge.
Okay, so if the big goal is to get AI into the hands of people on the front lines, how on earth do you actually pull that off? This is where we get into the how, tackling the real-world challenges of making AI work. Well, some fantastic research from MIT actually gives this problem a name, the implementation gap. And here's the kicker. The biggest hurdle isn't a lack of tech. It's not about buying the best AI model. It's about the company's ability to learn and actually apply it, to connect the technology to real business problems.
So what's the fix? You basically have to flip that old corporate pyramid completely upside down. Forget about a big AI strategy coming from the top. Real lasting success starts from the bottom up. It's built on the foundation of your frontline managers, the people who actually know the business problems inside and out.
And this whole approach really rests on three main pillars. First, you empower your frontline managers to be the ones designing and coaching AI use cases. Second, you start to grow a culture of individual AI makers, where anybody in the company feels like they can build a simple AI agent to solve a problem. And third, the company's job is to build a platform that makes all of this bottom-up creativity possible.
When you start doing this, you're not just installing new software. You're building a totally different kind of relationship between people and machines. It's not about replacing anyone. It's about creating a real partnership.
And in this partnership, everyone has their job. We humans, we handle the big picture stuff, the planning, the strategy, the judgment calls. AI handles the heavy lifting, the automated execution, crunching the numbers. And the magic happens right there in the middle, in what you can call a collaboration zone, where our human insights guide AI's incredible power.
So what does this mean for a manager's job? Well, it's changing, big time. The old-school Drucker-era manager worked off experience and focused on managing processes. The new AI-era manager, they're becoming designers of intelligent agents that run on data and focus on automating tasks. You go from being an operator to being a designer.
So, at the end of the day, the goal isn't just to plug in a new tool and call it a day. It's about creating a system where people and AI are constantly learning from each other. The AI gets smarter because of human feedback, and we get way more effective by using the AI. It's this amazing cycle of co-growth.
And that really leaves us with this one powerful idea. The future of AI isn't going to be won by the company with the biggest supercomputer. It's going to be won by the organizations that figure out how to weave it into everything they do, empowering every single person to solve problems on the front lines. So the real question isn't just, what can AI do? It's, what are you and your team going to do with it?